Can you feel it? The hype's power. It's time. It's happening, ladies and gentlemen. What is good? It is your boy HMK once again, and Zelda fans, I hope you're ready for the possibilities at hand when it comes to Tears of the Kingdom being in a playable state before the release of the game. We're actually like a couple of months away from release, like a little less than 3 months, and it's crazy. It's wild. It's Breath of the Wild. But the reason why I'm bringing this all up, and I have a tantalizing offer for you, is that PAX East 2023, happening at the end of March, has been getting more and more confirmations of who's going to be at the show when it comes to various developers, various gaming, creation stuff like Corsair, Elgato, all that good jazz. And the Pokemon company is going to be there to show off some Pokemon cards and some good stuff. And I feel like, when Pokemon Day is going to happen, they're going to reveal something. Anyways, the point is, for a little bit, Nintendo, specifically Nintendo of America, was MIA, but I wasn't too worried because they said they were going to gradually confirm more and more publishers, developers, and attendees at the exhibitors at the showroom for PAX East. And I've been to many PAX East before, and that's a convention, ladies and gentlemen. It's really fun, right? So, today, they finally confirmed that Nintendo of America will be at the show. But here's a couple of kickers to that. They already confirmed the booth number, which is 13055. Right? Nintendo of America, that's their booth. That booth is actually pretty big, which is, standard because Nintendo usually has like really big booths, right? And the last time I've been to PAX was PAX East 2020 because that was before the pandemic happened, and they had this gigantic Animal Crossing New Horizons booth, which was right before release. It was super nice, super fun. But I'm really excited for the possibilities for this year because, guys, Tears of the Kingdom. I feel Tears of the Kingdom is going to be a big focus at PAX East this year because PAX is happening after the fact of other games that they could possibly show off there, like, Kirby or Octopath Traveler 2. I mean, I'm sure they're going to have like playable segments of like other sorts of games there. But other than that, Tears of the Kingdom is like the only game that is going to be close to release around the time of PAX East that has been revealed to a cohesive like point where they'll have a demo, like other than that, like what they're going to show off Pikmin 4. I mean, they could have Pikmin 4 playable there. That would be really, really nice, right? So I'm thinking that Tears of the Kingdom is going to be playable there. And another thing to really like drive home the idea of a playable demo being there is that the booth that Nintendo has specifically this year is not usually in the section they have when it comes to most years. Most years, especially the Animal Crossing years, their booth was relatively close to the escalators as soon as you go down into the showroom floor from the entrance of PAX East of the Boston Convention Center. You go down to the showroom floor from the escalators, and Nintendo's usually like either the first booth or like the second booth over. The booth most of the years is like gigantic games, behemoth games. There goes Behemoth. But then Nintendo's like really close to them. This is not the year that they're doing that. It's more in the middle. It's literally more smack dab into the middle of the showroom floor in this year. And the reason why I think that's happening, if I'm putting two together, use my fifth dimensional eye, is that if they're going to have Tears of the Kingdom playable there, you already know it's going to be hype. You already know people are going to be lining up. You already know people are going to be like, Nyum! So if they were to have the booth near the escalator and Tears of the Kingdom was playable, that's what we call a fire hazard, right? Because that will jump up the people like literally going from escalator to waiting in line, and then the huge amount of people that's possibly waiting in line could block the escalator going up, going in or out of the show and whatnot. So Nintendo knows, and PAX East probably knows, that they need a good amount of space for people to line up, get hype, and surround the booth. Like, yo, Tears of the Kingdom. Oh my God, right? So like being in the middle of the show would have a lot of space to compensate for people like possibly wrapping around lines, Rob, God knows whatever. But hopefully Nintendo will have a ticket system, kind of like how they do in E3 or whatever. That will be really, really nice. But at the same time, people are gonna be like, so even in that sense, having enough space to compensate for it being in the middle, so it doesn't block any exits or entrances, because the hype is definitely going to be 1000% real. Right? So Nintendo and PAX, they're smart for that. They're smart for that. So hopefully Tears of the Kingdom will be there. But I mean, a lot of people is thinking that like, oh, it might not be there. They could show off some other games, like Switch has games type thing. They show off Splatoon, Bayonetta, Skyward Sword or whatever. And Nintendo could go down that route, but I don't think they would, because I think that's a marketing nightmare, right? And a lot of people have some good arguments when it comes to like how Nintendo's handled PAX before, but I mean, like, but previous PAX, they've had Splatoon 3 there in big, like in PAX West, right? In a PAX West, they had a big Splatoon 3 booth, and the previous PAX, they had a big Animal Crossing booth, and then other developers usually have some big things there. Final Fantasy VII Remake was playable that same year from the Square Enix booth, right? But a lot of people, like, you know, they think it's not going to happen because of arbitrary conjecture number 1. And let's not forget about arbitrary conjecture number 2. And of course, you know, arbitrary conjecture number 3. But I honestly think that Tears of the Kingdom, at the very least, is going to have some sort of presence there. If it's not going to have a playable demo there, you know, statue, photo opportunities, merch, anything like that, like to say that Tears of the Kingdom will not have any type of presence at PAX East, I don't think that's going to go down, right? If it's going to be like at very most, in my heart of hearts, playable demo, you go to the Nintendo booth, you check in, and like, oh hey, your demo time is now. Come on down, or like you get a ticket. It's like, hey, come around this time, because that's how a lot of people have been doing it these days. Instead of just waiting in line, just like, you don't wait in line to play the game. You wait in line for a ticket to tell you to come back. Hey, you reserved your spot at this time at 4 p.m. Come back for your demo opportunity. Here, you'll be able to play for 20 minutes. You know, things like that. And that's at the very most. A tier lower than that is probably maybe closed door demo. That could be possible. A little below that would be photo opportunities and merch. A little below that is just the statue that we saw at Nintendo Live over in Japan. Just the statue, right? But at the same time, 100%, I feel it's going to have a presence there. Because, like, I mean, Nintendo would be fools not to be having merch and buyable stuff. Yo, that thing will sell like hotcakes. Everyone will be buying. It's like, yo, I'll take 50 Tears of the Kingdom pins. Oh, yeah. And then, of course, there's a whole thing with the recent art book leak and the more and more pictures that have been coming out for the OLED. And the reason why I bring that up is because that probably means, I mean, no, for the book, it means there are physical units. I'm not saying what's in the book. Don't worry. Like, you know, physical, the book being out and about for the leaks, it means it's physical, right? That means it's like it's been made, like you can touch it, right? So I feel that at the booth, at the PAX East booth, they're gonna have things on display there. They're gonna have the pins on display, the whole collector's edition, the whole shebang. They're gonna have it in display at the PAX behind glass, along with the OLED possibly behind glass. And it's like, hey, reserve today at your favorite video game consumer shop or something like that, right? So that's what's gonna go down. But to end off this video, I know it's been kind of long-winded and whatnot, I still have three PAX East 4-day full badges to give out in partnership between HMK and PAX East. I'm gonna be there. Or are you? I still have 3 badges. So I'm gonna be giving out one on Twitch, I'm gonna be giving one out on Twitter, and I'm gonna be giving out one out right here. So be sure to like, share, and subscribe in order for your chance to enter to win a badge. And be sure to click the link in the description box when it comes to the official rulings and how to enter when it comes to sharing a video, visiting the channels, all that good jobs over on Gleam. And enter if you want a chance to attend PAX East, because now it is time. And I can say that right now, like, yo, at the very least, you get to hang out with some of your favorite Zelda content creators that's going to be at the show. We'll have more information on that soon. So remember, this is for a PAX East badge. No lodging, no air travel, none of that. No, just a badge to attend the show. If you want to win a chance to get it over on YouTube, click the link and be sure to like, share, and most importantly, subscribe to HMK. The other 2 badges will be given out over on Twitter and Twitch, so be sure to follow those as well. So until the next video, until PAX East, this has been your boy HMK, and I'll check you guys later.